called the oboe. My sister Vincenza's instrument. This is the first double reed instrument on our tour. I can't wait. Hi, Vincent! This is the very glamorous and incredible oboist, Victoria Ratz. Hi, Victoria. Welcome to Meet the Instruments.
Hi, Vincent. I'm glad to be here.
So, Victoria, you play the oboe. Why did you choose the oboe?
Well, when I was very young, I didn't speak very much all the way through school. And then finally, when I got into 5th grade, the band director came to our class and he demonstrated some instruments. And then one by one, we all went into the library to tell him which instrument we were going to choose. And I said, I want to play the oboe. And he said, no, we'll have you start on clarinet. And I said, no, I want to start on the oboe. So it was the first time that I spoke up for myself, and oboe became my voice.
Wow. So the oboe and playing music is really important to you, huh?
It is.
Can you tell us a little more about the oboe?
Oh, I'd love to. So, this is what it looks like. And it looks like a clarinet, but it sounds so much better.
We've met the flute, which blows over an open hole to make a sound. We've met a clarinet that is a single reed instrument. They attach the reed to a mouthpiece and it vibrates to help create a sound. How do you make a sound on an oboe?
That's a wonderful question. Well, this is a double reed.
It's called a double reed because it's 2 reeds or 2 little pieces of wood or cane tied together. Right, Victoria?
That's right, Vincenza. And so when the little pieces of cane vibrate, they make this kind of sound.
That's so funny. But that's not what an oboe actually sounds like, is it?
Well, when you put it all together, it sounds like this.
Oh, cool. That sounds so much nicer.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Can you play us something else?
I'd love to. This is a really short little excerpt from a comedic opera by Rossini, La Scala di Seta, otherwise known as the Silken Ladder.
That sounds so fun.
The oboe is fun, but sometimes I can play really pretty or kind of sad.
Wow, that was beautiful. Is it true that oboe players make their own reeds?
We do, and that's one of the most fascinating things about being an oboist.
We have all sorts of neat tools to cut and shape the wood into our double reeds. Then,
We wrap it onto a tube with some really fun thread. Lots of colors, because you can never have enough colors of thread, and they're making great cat toys.
meow.
And then whittle down our reeds, like so. Ooh. And then we have a reed.
Remember, only use reed tools under the supervision of your parents or private teacher. Awesome! How long do reeds last?
Well, that depends upon how much you play them. I always rotate my reeds. I always have plenty of them. Oboe reeds, wow! And the more you play on them, the faster they wear out, and then you get to make more.
So are you constantly making reeds?
It seems that way.
That's so crazy! You actually make the sound-producing part of your instrument. How cool! It looks fun.
I think it's wonderful, and plus we get to control the way that we sound and change it up sometimes.
So we met several different flutes and clarinets of all sizes and shapes. Are there different types of oboes and oboe-related instruments?
Yes, and I just happened to bring my English horn. It's a little bit bigger than my oboe, and it sounds deeper and darker.
It's got that big bulb at the end. It looks like it's laying an egg. Does it sound like it's laying an egg?
Sometimes it does.
Would you please play something on it? Wow, that sounded really pretty and haunting. If you like that, Vincent, check this out. Victoria and I did this a few weeks back in a Nerk Vision lesson. She's playing English horn and I'm playing the graya, which is a much older version of an oboe. Awesome! Victoria, I've been practicing a lot, and look, I made this reed myself, and it actually plays.
Wow, that looks really good.
Shall we take it for a spin?
Yes.
That was so beautiful, you two. And now it's time to make more reeds, right, Victoria?
It's always a good time to make reeds.
Thanks for sharing with us today, Victoria. Victoria? Vincenza? I can see you're both busy, so I'll see you at the final concert. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Meet the Instruments. Join us next time to meet my instrument, the bombastic bassoon and the colossal contrabassoon. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.
The oboe is the best instrument in the orchestra because it has that sound that reaches across the stage and into your soul.
Victoria? Vincenza?